So let's just get something out of the way right now, shall we? Right off the top, before we get to any comments, before we do anything else, let's just get something out of the way. There you go. Darby Klemm, 81 overall, quick development at 21 years old. Maybe not as high of a development rate as some people were hoping. Maybe not even as high of an overall as some people were hoping for. But no doubt, the new leader in that linebacker core, which doesn't look that bad alongside King and Demetrios Brooks. So it was very obvious this was not even close in the voting, of course. So there you go. Again, perhaps maybe a little bit disappointing for some, kind of for me as well, but still, he falls to us with the third pick. So there is that. Let's get to a couple of your comments so we can continue on with this and keep up the momentum. His name was BJ Long. His name was BJ Long. His name was BJ Long. And you kept a straight face and said nothing. Well, you know, I have my moments of immaturity. That wasn't one of them. What can I say? I'm sorry. NCAA football 14 would be great. You're not the only one to mention that. Maybe. Maybe. That's all I'll say. Maybe. 4-year rebuild. Same thing you're doing with Oakland. I won the Super Bowl. I'm a little bit jealous. Hello from Germany, but fully Canadian. You're remarkably consistent with your videos. He says as I missed a couple of days, but still. Allow yourself a day off, even if you're on Who Cares. Haven't played much Madden, but I'm enjoying the series. Dane, thank you. Postscript, I heard that truck. That's awesome. Dane, just in general, thank you. I do appreciate the support. Yeah, shit. I'm jealous. Enjoy Germany. That's all I can say. Sucks missing on back-to-back future legendary wide receivers. I mean, yeah, like the comment said, though, Klemm still looks great. We don't yet have the help for McCormick, but that's okay, right? Maybe. Possibly. I don't know. Started making videos recently on a different channel. Videos only 5 to 10 minutes. It's a lot of editing, but it takes a long time to finish. Makes me appreciate how frequently you upload these vids. Number 1, sweet. Number 2, good luck with the channel. Let me know what it is. Third, let's be honest, I do videos that oftentimes don't require a ton of editing, hence long form, which allows me to get more videos up there because I'm not doing as much editing. So, you know, there's the little not so secret to the trade, right? Last one, Claudio, will you do my GM mode on NBA 2K19? I stumbled through that, but that's fine. Much like I said with NCAA 14, time will tell. Maybe. Maybe not. There are other comments I wanted to get to. I mean, again, I'm so glad you guys are enjoying the series. There are other ones, you know, thoughts on how the last draft went, what should happen in this draft. I read everything. I might not mention it because, again, that adds to the editing time, and I'm lazy. But let's continue onward with this draft, shall we? After picking up Darby Klemm. Again, for this draft, I think the main thing we need to look for, depending on the quality of this draft, help on the defensive line, for sure, and help in the secondary in terms of safeties, because McIntosh and Griffith aren't exactly getting it done. Obviously, getting one of those top 2 wide receivers could have been great as well. We'll have to see how this all plays out. So, obviously, let's do it. I just wanted to say the word obviously again. In terms of quarterbacks, we don't need anybody. In terms of running backs, though, hello. There's some doubt over whether or not Hughes is the guy moving forward, and I gotta be honest, this might be the right time to take somebody to replace him. You got LaMarcus McClover out of Ohio State. Not the fastest, decently agile, pretty damn strong, though. He might end up being another Hughes, where I don't know if his development pattern is going to be amazing. Kevin Pitts, because again, that's not Kevin, unless it's a typo. That's Kevin. Mr. Pitts, another power back. Fast, a bit more agile, and the best bench. I would take him over LaMarcus McClover, even though McClover was projected as an early first-round talent. Very interesting. Xavier Spain, who, again, is an elusive back, strong, but he's 24, so he's not going to have that much development time, right? That's the one downside to him, but in terms of fast and agile, not strong, but actually still kind of strong for an elusive back, that's not too bad. And Delano Stevens might be the guy. Again, in terms of an elusive back, but the key thing here is that he's 21 and would have time to develop. And not to mention DeMarcus Reynaud, who, that's right, was amazing. Wow, he fell too. Holy shit. How did he fall too? Oh my God. Yeah, we have to take a running back here, don't we? Now, here's the thing. There's a lot of room for me to botch this because Pitts looks good, Stevens looks good, Spain looks good, but DeMarcus Reynaud out of Notre Dame, 21 years old, the combine just... I think he has to be it. The only thing that concerns me is that he is projected low first round as opposed to some of the others, but right now, unless there's somebody who is clearly head and shoulders better than the competition, we're taking a running back to potentially replace Hughes. We do have Kentrell Shepard. No. He's a speed wideout, which is nice, but he's 23, not much room to improve, doesn't have... I mean, he has a decent vert jump, but he's not better than the running back. Tight end-wise, nobody we have to worry about. On the O-line, is there anybody who could make an argument? There's not. Defensive line, we have Matt Potter, who, as a speed rusher, looks pretty good. No way. Not over the running back, I should say. Jonathan Buckley, as a speed rusher, again, looks great. Looks great, but there's no way. Connor Cowler, third round projected, second round talent. No, we're going running back still. There's no way. Trey Gilmore, hold on. Not that fast, decently agile, very strong. Okay, there's the competition. It's between Gilmore and the running back. I'm going with the running back. I'm going with my gut. Again, one of these four might be better. We're going for DeMarcus Reynaud out of Notre Dame. Let's do it. He's the guy. Please be good. I will take it. 78 overall, quick development at 21, so he has the chance to get better and move into star development, maybe even beyond that. He's 22nd in true talent. We get him at 35, and yeah, I'm good with that. His elusiveness, actually, in terms of break tackle and the actual elusiveness grade, not as good as I would have thought, but I don't regret that pick, at least right now. We'll see if one of the other running backs ended up being better. We'll see if I should have gone for that linebacker, but I'm still confident with that pick. Reynaud and Hughes could be a solid 1-2 combination for us, and I didn't really see that other player. Gilmore's still there. Yes. Every other running back is gone, so we'll double check the second round. Oh my God, Ephraim Fudge. These names, man. These names are the best. Absolutely the best. So Shepard's still there. We'll look at third round talent, actually, we'll look at fourth round talent as well. So DeMont Lofton is 6'2", not fast, not agile, but can jump. He's quite strong as well, the 23-year-old. I don't like that catching isn't in his top 3 skills. They might be. It still could be a B-, but I'm not entirely sure. And then there's also Jelani Farley, 22 deep threat out of UMaine. Go Black Bears. Fast, agile. He's a really good route runner, but we don't know how good his hands are. I don't know if odds are, probably not going to take one of those two over someone else who could be available. Logan Feely as a tight end. Very well-rounded, but we do have Marshall and Bentley. Still, it might not be the worst idea to look for a tight end. He's fairly well-rounded. Nothing really too special. Has good hands, though. Good catch in traffic. And Rashawn Bush out of Marshall. Again, fairly well-rounded at 22. So Feely, if we were to take a tight end, would probably get the nod, just for the fact that he's a year younger. On the offensive line, Lance McCoo is terrible. Holy, get out of here, man. And Lamont Hamner, which is also a great name. No, not with that bench. Not with that bench. Get out of here. Is there anybody else? Will Larson? Will Larson could be a really good pickup. He's 24. He's not going to get that much better, but he could be better than who we already have. So it might be worth it to take him around early just to make sure. So right now we have those 2 wide receivers that are half decent, the 2 tight ends that are half decent, but Will Larson's my favorite. The only downside, of course, is that he's projected to go next round, and that linebacker's still on the board. Corey Daniels is not great. I'm taking him off the list. I don't even want to contemplate that. Pierce Sampson out of Indiana. Oh man, Okay, hold on here. Hold on. Let me go back to Daniels, and I'm so deathly afraid of accidentally hitting X and drafting the wrong person. The thing about Daniels, right? Combine grades suck. He's 23 and the top skills aren't great, right? But then you look at Pierce Sampson, where the combine's not great, but he's 21 and those top skills are looking pretty good. It's tempting, at least. As is CJ Burrow. He's not. No, he's not. You can leave. In terms of left hands, Curry Perkins. Curry Perkins, 23 years old. Fits the bill as a speed rusher. Not my preferred pick right now. Dondra Pittman, in terms of a speed rusher, is not bad either. The top skills are a bit low, but he's 21. Frantasi Doolittle, also not bad. So we might be able to get a decent option here in the 4th round. If that O-lineman goes, we could take a defensive lineman. Daniel Solomon, also not that bad. So I think 3rd round we go for the linebacker. 4th round we take that O-lineman. If he's gone, we focused on the D-line at that point. But in terms of finding like that game changer on the defensive line that we need, not going to happen. Connor Caller is, again, well-rounded. We'll leave him there. CJ Zimmerman isn't terrible either. Blair Kincaid, he's okay. Virgil Olsen, also just kind of okay. And Harmon Seamster, not bad. So a couple of decent options at defensive tackle. Of course, we already have Christie there, but in terms of finding another one, that might not be the worst idea in the world. Travis Ward, not that fast. Agile and strong, though. Not bad. Othniel Jennings, or Othniel Jennings. It wouldn't even be Othniel. I've seen Othniel in this game, too. It's like, who the hell names their kid? Do you know an Othniel rather than Nathaniel or Othello and Othniel? Let me know. Let me know. Jennings is, I mean, as a speed rusher, what you're looking for as a linebacker. And Hudson Timmerman, not bad. Not bad for a pass coverage option. Middle linebacker, there was one thing, but then there's Gilmore. And we'll look at him last. So we have Rashad Brooks, who, I mean, top skills and age, promising. Speed is okay. Agility, meh. Bench press is pretty shit. Deron Nolan is not that fast. Relatively agile, though. I mean, I think it's got to be Gilmore, right? Although, Trayvon Davidson's also quite strong. And then, yeah, there's Gilmore, who's not that fast, decently agile, very strong as a run stopper. What about Swain? 5'11". We do need one more corner. Again, now is not the time to take him, obviously. I just wanted to see if Swain was somehow can't miss. That agility ruins him as a slot option, so there's no way. Clayton Meadows, 40 times okay, agility is okay. Strong vert, though, at 6'4", the 23-year-old. James Chambers, also 23, very well-rounded. I'd like to think he would be a better option at safety than McIntosh. And then there's also Bradley Palmer, who, again, fairly well-rounded. This is the first tough choice of the day. I don't think we're going to take either wide receiver. We're not going to take the tight end. The big thing here, like the easy choice would be to take the O-lineman and Will Larson. That would be the easy choice because there are other options later in the draft for decent defensive linemen. And I got to be honest with Gilmore, I think between Davidson, Nolan, Brooks, Jennings, and Ward, there are some other strong options at linebacker. We're going to go... this is tough. This is tough. Because I think if we do go and make sure that we get the lineman here, the next 2 rounds, we can definitely... Rounds 4 and 5, we can definitely get a linebacker and a defensive lineman. Whereas I wasn't overly sold on anybody else on that offensive line outside of Larson. Again, we have Schuleter, Ofenheulse, Kropog, Anderson, and Price. But Larson has a chance to be better. Problem is he's 24. He's not going to get that much better. It's just that agility and that strength that's very impressive. And I don't know if he'll be there in that 4th round. All right. We're taking Trey Gilmore. And if he's not there, we go defensive line in the next round. We got to sort out this defense, even though I think that O-lineman could be decent. Trey Gilmore's the pick. We made a pretty good choice. 77 overall, 27th in true talent. We get him at 67th in the draft. Normal development, but for a 22-year-old, I can't speak. But for a 22-year-old, has a chance to go up to quick development. So I'm good with that. And if you think about this linebacker core now, between, again, Brooks, King, Klemm, and Gilmore. I mean, Klemm, King, and Gilmore are going to be the top 3 now. I'm feeling pretty good about that. that linebacker core is looking pretty damn strong. Not to mention someone could be moved to the D-line if necessary. So let's see who else is on the board here. Nolan was on the board for another linebacker. Wide receivers, Farley and Lofton are still there. But I'm not really feeling it. I should double check though, because they were both okay. What about these other wideouts, right? So Tobek's 23, 5'9", fast, C+ hands. I'm going to say no to that. Teron Grant at 23, 6'4" with good jumping, decent speed. He's not bad. He's not going to be great though. That's the problem. Another 23-year-old. Speed and agility a bit of a concern. Strong jumping. I'm going to say no to that. Bennett Burke. Same thing. Not really feeling it. What about Maven Tyler? Strong speed. That's about it. Yeah, I'm not really... Whoops, I didn't mean to get rid of him, but that's okay. I'm not really feeling it with any of these wideouts right now. Outside of Lofton and Farley. If we don't take one of those two, then we're not taking a wide receiver in this draft. Tight end-wise, again, same thing. There might be somebody half decent there. The center is gone, as I expected him to be. So we'll focus on the D-line now, more than likely. I'm not opposed to taking another linebacker. Because if we run a 3-4 this season with, again, Klemm, King, Gilmore, and we have Brooks, but if we can find an improvement on Brooks, then we actually have a bit of squad depth. So that could work. And then Clayton Meadows is there at safety. I was hoping the other guy would still be there. He's not terrible. I don't know if he'd be that much better than McIntosh. At corner, what about Banks, Cochran? It's that agility that kills him. Like, that agility is just, that's far too low. It's far too low. Vaughn Fenelus. Also not digging it. I know he's strong with a decent jump, but it's that agility that kills it for me. Joey Vaughn. Decent agility, but not fast. Can't jump. David Janis. Still, that agility kind of kills it for me, but as a late round pick, maybe. Yeah. Okay, so like Janis is the only other guy I'd consider there. I think it comes down to it's got to come down to a linebacker or an O-lineman at this point. Pittman, as a speed rusher, 21 years old, strong. The bench press obviously quite weak. C.J. Zimmerman. He's 21, but as a power rusher, the bench is slightly concerning. Seamster at 23 might not get that much better, but the power game is definitely there. And then there's also, again, Othniel Jennings, who isn't terrible, or Nolan. I mean, that agility is pretty nice. It's weird that Pursuit's one of his top grades, though, when he's not that fast. That's kind of concerning. Block shedding's up there too, but I know he's listed as a run stopper though. With that speed, I don't know if you are. Oh, I guess yeah, pursuit block shedding would be kind of helpful. Oh boy, I'm tempted to go Zimmerman, and hope by some miracle Nolan's still there. I think we can only get one of them. I still need another member of that defensive line, no matter what. And it's gotta be either Pittman, Zimmerman, or Seamster. I kind of like Seamster more, but Zimmerman's 21, so it gives him the chance to get better. It's the 4th round, too. There's no trusting the Seam. You know, I'm going to take Seamster. I'm going to take Seamster on this one. Let's do it. Harmon Seamster is a 76. That's good enough for me. That is good enough for me. He will join Christie and Trapp on that O-line. And Walls, but we don't like to talk about him. 76 overall, normal development, so he might not ever get that much better. Probably cap out at a 78, unless he gets up to that quick development. But 32nd in true talent, we get him at 99. I like it. I like it a lot. We go to the 5th round. Again, pressure's always on to do well. I feel like we have in this draft. Let's see if we can end strong, as Jennings was a 73. Let's see if we can end strong here. Wow, that other linebacker's still there. That's huge. Farley's on the board. Pearson Ford? As a blocking option, boy, those top skills aren't even great. Get out of here. And Tavares Garner as a blocking option, no, not going to happen. On the O-line, I'm not too worried at this point. Maybe next round. Somehow Nolan's still there. That's the pick. Has to be. I mean, we don't have that many people left who are actually on my draft board. It's got to be Nolan. So let's do it. We'll take the other linebacker. He is a 74. Not bad, though. It does give us a little bit of depth at linebacker in case injuries pick up. So I'll take him. I mean, 68th in true talent. We get him at 131. I'll take it. 74 overall, 23 years old again. Probably doesn't get that much better, but he can play the role for us. And barring a mistake in rounds 6 or 7, I'm feeling pretty damn good about how this draft has gone down. I got to admit, I'm actually feeling confident for once in how a draft has gone down. We'll see if that lasts. As Klemm, not digging it. And what about Spires? Not digging it. Unfortunately, here in the last 2 rounds, we have to go with just whoever the hell we can find. We don't need a kicker, so that's not worth it. What about Gross at 22? Absolutely not. Riker Reef? Absolutely not. Howard Moss? No. No, we need to find someone who's younger and who had decent combine grades, right? Or at the very least, maybe even just kind of Mack combine grades. It's a little bit tough. I'm gonna say, man, it's like, is there anybody over a 6? Okay, I guess there is. Anybody else over a 6? Terrell Winnie. The Winnie. He's terrible. You might be able to say Winnie's poo. I'm sorry. Anyway, Sean Bond, middle linebacker. Not digging it. Decent speed. Listed as a field general. I mean, not that we need another linebacker, but, I mean, yeah, this is looking rough. So in terms of the team, again, we have our 2 running backs now. A wide receiver, an extra tight end could work out for us. I guess we'll check here first. So Jeffrey Douglas in the 7th round is a deep threat, 22 years old, 6'1". It's weird that agility is the best thing for him as a deep threat. You'd kind of hope to see that among a slot option. Jarrell Dunlap, the 22-year-old red zone threat. Don't know why he can't jump. So that's not good. Mason Warner. Good bench press. Everything else is pretty shit. Man, this is rough. This episode might just be the draft at this point. Bernard Booker as a deep threat with decent agility and speed. Maybe? It's kind of tough to tell at this point, man. I mean, obviously, we don't have anything to go off of, and a lot of these guys look bad. Russell Hardy, that's terrible. I don't want to sit here and be like, hey, a 7, but, you know, like, that's kind of what we're hoping for. Is there anybody left in the combine with a 7? That's going to be way too much to ask for, but there's way too many 6s. The best tight end left is Miles Bates out of Alabama. And, I mean, as a vert threat, I can see it. I doubt he's any good, but it could be worth it. Is there anybody with a decent grade on the offensive line? Anybody at all, please. Carson O'Connell. It's fairly well-rounded. He's at least younger, too, so that could work out. I'm just trying to get a short list here of players that might actually be half-decent. Terrell Rice, absolutely not. Max Mace, would that be Mace? I don't know. I guess it'd be Mace or Macy, wouldn't it? 22-year-old power rusher. The strength wasn't terrible. Nickel Lucas is hot garbage. Is there anybody? I'm begging you. Throw me a bone here, EA. Would you please? DeMarcus Peterson, we don't need any more linebackers. We just don't. We're fine. Is there a corner? Because that could be helpful. Hello, Leonard Fannin. Oh, no. Horrible. Lewis McFadden. Horrible. Alan Connor. I mean, agility-wise, it isn't terrible. The speed's hot garbage, though. Bram Reedy. Oh, my God. How are you so bad? Brandon Price? No. Craig Shirless. Might work. Maybe. Oh, my God. O.J. Brisby. Terrible. Eric Dawkins. Not quite Brian's son, are you? Or if you are, things didn't exactly, pan out for you. He's not, I know it's a computer-generated class. It's a joke. Jarrell Flowers is terrible. Alan Hackney is terrible. Fisher Harrison is terrible. At this point, it's like, just for the love of God, let the AI pick. Right? My goodness. A 6'6" for Stovall, and he's the worst. Ugh. That's all I have to say. Okay, so who did we pin out of all that? Shout out to Ben Sam, the punter, by the way. So, Schuleter here. It's 21. Probably hot garbage. He was 22, not looking that bad. Miles Bates and O'Connell. All right, let's take Carson O'Connell for a little bit of O-line depth. He's a 65. You can't blame me for that, though. You can't. I mean, look at what we have to work with here. All right, so Carson, you can at least be depth for the moment. Congratulations. And pray to God that that tight end's still available so we can at least have 3 legitimate tight ends on the team. But, yeah, this is not good. Please still be there. Thank you, Jesus. Miles Bates. Quick development at 22 for 68 overall. I'll take it. I will take it. Miles Bates, welcome to the team. Welcome. So the draft started off strong. I think you can really only judge me on the top 5 selections. And we did pretty well. I think we did pretty damn well. I'm fairly happy with how things went down. Again, Klemm wasn't, the next Ray Lewis here, but he's still really damn good. DeMarcus Reynaud, time will tell if he develops. Trey Gilmore as well. Seamster and Nolan, very happy with those selections. Let's look elsewhere, though, to see how things went down. So Landry at an 84, star development at 21. Jesus Christ. And then you had Sherrard Manningham, who is at least quick development, but that's a rough pick. We get Klemm Anthony Carlisle, quick development at 22. He's an 80 overall. JT Owens, star development at 79 overall, but he's 23. Shamir Fitzgerald, normal at 21. Has time to get better than that, but still, I want to see how good Kevin Golucky was. He was okay. Pretty good, if anything. At least this way, too, you guys can see where these players went. In case there was someone that you were interested in, just let me know what team they went to, what position they played, and everything. And I can double check for you. In the second round, Spain, how good was he? 79, 24 years old. I feel good about that. Stevens was a 78 at 21 quick development. So we did okay. Couldn't have gone wrong with either man there. Is there anybody else? Kevin Pitts. Quick development at 22, so I'd like to think who we have could improve. McClover was a 79 quick development at 20. We couldn't have gone wrong. We could not have gone wrong from the looks, from the looks of it. Oh my God, I was gonna say from the looks of it with Reynaud, and it came out Rooks. That's good. That's good. God damn it, fucking playing chess over here. Fabini, I don't even think we were really looking at, were we? Who else were we considering in that second round? Nobody that was picked here, at least, outside of all of those other running backs. In the third round, we took Gilmore. Was that the right choice? Over Rashad Brooks. Quick development at 76. Okay, Brooks might have been slightly better. Mr. Fudge, how good were you? Not really. That's unfortunate. Went to Tulane. Trayvon Davidson. Okay. So kind of a similar thing, man. Even with the linebackers, we couldn't really have gone wrong. Doolittle is okay, given the age and the potential to get better. Curry Perkins, same thing. And what about Daniel Solomon? Ooh, that would have been rough. Bradley Palmer. That would have been rough, too. Okay, so we have dodged a couple of bullets. What about Collar? We dodged that bullet, too. We did well. I finally feel confident. Hold on. We did well. We did well. He would have probably fit right onto that offensive line, but I'm happy with the end results. No, I'm not. Nope. I know he's only a 74, but I don't know. Time will tell. That would have been pretty nice, but we probably made the right choice to not go for Feely, who is someone who I probably would have taken instead of Seamster. How good's Rashawn Bush? Oof, damn. I don't know. In hindsight, who should it have been? Clayton Meadows wasn't that good. Overall, happy with how this draft went for us. I think we could all potentially be in agreement on that. I don't know if I'm simming through the season. I think we might be at the point now where it could be interesting to go game by game like we did in the Buffalo series. But at the very least, I need to get this roster set up. Hell, we're the same overall we were when we started the Buffalo series. So give me a minute. I need to get the team set up, and I'll give you a look at the squad for the 2023-24 season. So originally my plan was to record the beginning of the season, if not all of the season. That is not going to happen because it took me forever to set up this team. The live recording of this video right now is just shy of 1 hour, 20 minutes. So that'll give you an idea, depending on how long the length of this video is, how long it took to edit this. It was ridiculous, but I had to double check everything and truly find out who was the best in each spot. That means double checking offensive linemen in every spot. That means double checking linebackers, seeing if they were a better defensive end. I checked everything, and this is the squad that we have come up with. I don't know if we're going to ruin Matt Nagy's life like a certain Bears kicker just did recently. It's a 72 rated club, though. 73 offense, 75 defense, a run and shoot offense, base 4-3 defense. Let's take a look at the squad, shall we? At quarterback, of course, it is Joey McCormick, up to an 88 overall at 24 years old with quick development. Will he hit a 90 this season? Maybe, maybe not, but there is still a chance he'll hit 90 within the next few years. Running back-wise, on the depth chart at the very least, Reynaud is the starting running back. We do have Hughes as the third down back. He's also involved on kick returns, so he'll still get a decent amount of playing time, but this season is about trying to develop our steal, potentially, of a second-round pick. And for the record, with Hughes, normal development for him. By the way, captains. Your suggestions for captains once we take a look at everything. I saw that Hughes was one. McCormick isn't. That might change. I'll leave it up to you. Let me know your suggestions for captains down in the comments below, rather than there being another poll. Although, screw it. There might be 2 polls. If there's not, let me know down in the comments. But there might be 2 polls in terms of... well, actually, in fairness, no, there wouldn't even be a poll for this episode. Yeah, let me know. There'll be a poll. We'll have every player that we have on roster right now. Let me know who the captains should be. Fullback-wise, of course, it's still Graham Weaver. He gets the job done, at the very least. The 24th rated fullback, so we got that going for us. Wide receiver-wise, one big change. I've moved Ricardo Marshall back. I don't know if that's the right call or not, but with us now having 2 tight ends that are actually legitimate tight ends, I want to try to develop them. So Ricardo Marshall is going to be the third wideout on the depth chart, and he gives us a little bit of height. No one else is over 6'2". We have Mack still. He's up to star development at 25, but obviously he's not going to get that much better. You see how far up that experience bar is. He is going to hit a 79, potentially an 80 when that next upgrade point comes. Farrell is also still here, quick development at 24. And Steven Jenkins, unfortunately, he's just kind of there, but still good enough for us to use for now. So that wide receiver core, obviously we need a true number 1, as none of these guys will develop into that, but it could be a lot worse. Tight end wise, of course, Bentley is there. Normal development for him. I don't have too much hope for him. I mean, if he could cap out his career to 75, that would be amazing. The big thing here is Miles Bates, who is the second option on the depth chart, not here listed though, the 22-year-old rookie that we just picked up out of Alabama. Want to see if we have anything with him. Can give him an opportunity to try and develop. And if that backfires, then we simply move Marshall back over. On the offensive line, Schuleter. He might allow a lot of sacks, but he is technically our best option at left tackle. Star development for the 24-year-old, so it could be a big season for him. We also moved O'Connell to left tackle as well. Normal development, of course, for the rookie that we just picked up at the end of the draft. Noah Anderson, now the starting left guard at this point. And at center, Ofenheulse. The Ofenheulse, still normal development as well for the 22-year-old. Right guard is Rashawn Price, 71 at 23 years old, though, so obviously the O-line still needs work. And Quinn Kropog has been moved to right tackle, our best option for that particular spot. Defensively is where we see some changes. Demetrios Brooks is now the starting left end rather than a linebacker. We are running a 4-3. He's a superstar development at this point at 26 years old, so we'll see. He should go up to at least a 78, 79 this season. Jarman Trapp still there as a depth option. On the right end, another change. Trey Gilmore, who we just drafted as a linebacker, we've moved to right end. Intrigued to see what he can do. Sidney Fletcher is also ours. Again, clearly just depth at this point. Defensive tackle, though, it's set up. All three players are ours. George Christie is there, and we're running the 4-3 to also get Harmon Seamster some playing time. Normal development for the 23-year-old rookie. And then again, Devin Walls, who was one of our first big swings and misses. Linebacker-wise, this is how it's set up. Nolan's going to get the opportunity to play and to potentially develop middle linebackers where it's interesting. Darby Klemm is an 84 outside linebacker, but he is also by far our best option in the middle. And that is where we're going to play him for now, in the middle. And I'm intrigued to see what he can do there. BJ Long also moved over as our secondary option at middle linebacker. Of course, he's not a key player for us. Frank King is on the right-hand side as well. The only guy that we really care about there. Quick development for the 26-year-old. Corners, of course, we still only have two. Darian Meyer, quick development for the 24-year-old, who should go up at least 1 or 2 points this year. And Le'Veon Cole, now 27, which is very, very concerning. If we are ever competitive in his time here, it will be as he is in the twilight of his time. Kyrie Griffith, still the starting free safety. Superstar development for the 24-year-old at this point. We'll see what kind of progression he can make before he caps out. And Antoine McIntosh, like I said, we desperately need to replace him. He is still there. Eric Rasmussen, our kicker, he can at least get the job done for now. And Bruce Tuten, I thought it was Ray Tuten for a minute. Bruce Tuten, our punter. So that is the squad. Again, we are starting at about the same overall that we started off with in the Bills series. We turned that into at least an interesting run. Hashtag no spoilers. Go watch the series if you haven't already. In the next episode, we are transitioning into the next phase of this series. I think now is the time where we want to start going week by week, game by game, jumping into it, seeing if we can get what appears to be a little bit of extra progression, some extra XP by jumping into the game. I feel like the upgrade points are more consistent when you actually jump into the game. So if it's not this season, it's next season, but I think now's the time, especially with some of the players that we have that we want to see improve. So this is the squad. This episode is done. I thank you guys for the support with this series. We're still marching on strong, and hopefully it's the beginning of a new era here in Arizona. Again, vote in the poll for the captains. That'll be probably in the description, if not in the comments. If it is in the description, make sure to check out everything else in the description. And until next time, have a good one. I'll catch you then.